Hi, my name is Thomas with Wealthy Hair, and I'm super happy to help you with getting your own domain name so we can get your website built on it. And congratulations again on getting started. I know this is the first step, and I'm going to be here with you when I'm walking you through the video step by step so you know exactly where to click on and what website to go to and everything. So I'll hold your hand through this whole process on this video. And if you have any questions or get stuck, while you're watching it, you can always rewind the video and watch it over again. And or I'd also recommend opening up another tab while I'm walking you through this. So that way you can actually do it with me. And do a little bit, pause it, watch me, let's say a little bit more and then pause it again. And then just go back and forth. And to open another tab on your computer, you can just either click up here to open a new tab. And that's probably going to be the easiest way if you're doing it on a desktop or a laptop computer. And then so I'm going to get started here by the first thing you want to do is there's actually kind of two steps in one. So you want to get the domain name, and you're also going to want to get the email address to see if it's available at the same time. And to do that, let me get some first things as far as like getting a domain name, like what's a good domain name, right? So the best thing to do is you want to make sure that it doesn't have like either like long, like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious type of, crazy long words. And also you don't want to have like really challenging words to spell. And you also don't want like made up words or misspelled words when you're doing it, because a couple of reasons actually. Let me just show you an example of that. Like say if you went here and you misspelled, like say you wanted like a sillier way to spell extensions, like say for your name, say it's like extensions something. Actually, let's do like just best extensions. This is a huge reason why you don't want to do it, because you see how Google automatically corrects the person as they're typed it in because they thought they misspelled it, and so it actually won't even show the results for the one they typed in. So if your brand name was like best extensions with 2 S's, it actually wouldn't even show up because Google is actually going to show them the correct spelling version of that. So that's a huge reason why. And the second reason why is because it's challenging for people to remember a word that's not spelled in the same way as it, correct the English version of it. So the other thing is, you're going to want to make sure that you can make it like as short as possible. So if it can just be like 2 words, that's even better. If it can be, if it needs to be 3 words, that's okay too. And 4 words, is kind of the max you'd want to be. Just because again, the longer the domain name's getting, the harder it is for someone to remember. And some other things I would suggest too is not using like the word a, like hair.com, or the word the, like thehairlife.com, or something like that. And you also don't want to. I also recommend not having and you don't want to use any sort of numbers in your domain name, just because again it's challenging for people to remember, and also they don't know if it's spelled out like that. Like is it 4 or 4, or is it 4? So like you don't want to do like hair for you, even though that's like all correct. Another reason is because people just will ask you, and they'll just, I don't know why, but people, it's like it's anything that can cause that extra half a second of maybe confusion or thought that it might be something different. It just trust me, it isn't beneficial to you. Another thing you don't want to do is have any dashes or symbols in the domain name. So you don't want to be like hair-life.com. You don't want to have the dash in there, because that's just going to cause more issues than you want to deal with too, with people trying to remember to add a dash symbol in a domain name. They're trying to find your website. And another thing too is actually another one is you as well, because like you don't want to have the word you, really, like you love hair, for example. Because people for some reason use another one that they'll just type in the letter U sometimes, like how U-Haul is, like uhaul.com. So But U-Haul, example of that's a example of like doing something that's not spelled correctly. But think of how many, probably hundreds of millions of dollars they spent on marketing to get their brand name to people to know how to spell it the way they wanted to. Obviously, no, again, like all of these are just like best practices. But that being said, of course, it's your brand and your company. If you already have a name, maybe, and you're just that's perfect for you, and you want to do it, that's fine. It's just I'm just letting you know like the best tips from starting from fresh. Okay, so now that that's all the way, I just want to give you those tips ahead of time. So there's kind of two parts of this. So you're going to want to get the domain name and also your email account at the same kind of like, well, not the same time obviously, but like one after another. But you're going to want to check on both platforms to make sure it's available. Just because this makes it easier if everything's congruent with your company and brand name. So like I just want to show you some examples here. So like let's just say zebra hairline.com, for example. And you'll know it's available when you see it show. It's either going to show like $1 a month option, or it's going to show like maybe $12 for the year, $15 for the year, something like that. It just depends on whatever deal or special they're running. So if it shows like that, where it shows it's available and it shows like either $1 or maybe $15 or so for the year, then okay, cool, it's available, and that's awesome. I'm not sure if I said this too, but you only want the .com version. You don't want like a .net, .info, .org, crazy whatever they'll come up with, a million .io or .co or biz or fun or whatever they're trying to sell you. Because .com is what everyone is going to like just. It's like in our DNA just to type in .com when you're searching for it, even if you tell them straight. I've literally said someone to type in like the brand name .net, and they're still like as they're type in .com. It's just ingrained in our DNA or something now. So that'll make it easier for you too. I'm not trying to convince people to do a .info or something. Okay, so when you do, that's how you know it's available. So now let me just show you one that's like, it'll still be available, but it's like someone who already bought the domain name who's trying to resell the domain, because you'll run across this as well, like say zebrahair.com. See, now you see this is available and it says like premium domain name or premium domain. Like this one, like minimum offer, is actually being like they're taking bids. So sometimes it'll show like buy now, like this one actually shows make offer. But sometimes it's like you can still purchase it now, but it'll be like say maybe $5,000 or something crazy, or it's like this one they're like doing an auction style one, and that's a minimum offer they're accepting. So with this one, of course, instead of doing that, again, you can just there's no reason to really pay more than like the $12 or so or $15 a year for the domain name. It just doesn't make sense because there's other options. You can just add things to it. Like see, like they're even trying to like suggest do a -hair here. I mean, because for GoDaddy or any other domain registrar, they don't care. They could care less what you type in. They're getting the $12 either way, so it doesn't make a difference to them. But or like they're going against everything I just said there too. Like don't have the word the at the beginning. That's actually why I'm telling you this too, because if you're going through this for the first time, you've never bought a domain name, you're not going to know thinking, okay, cool, yeah, the hair, the zebra hair, that's good enough, or even .club or something, or this. And so what you want to do is you can either like, if like say like oh man, zebra hair is like the name I wanted, like it's perfect, I just that's what I want. You can always just add a hair, like maybe hairline, and okay, it's available. Or maybe you can try like zebra hair bundles, and that's available too. Or zebra hair collection. This is a great example because you're seeing like every other variation of this is available, and or zebra hair extensions. Yep, and it's available too. So that's just an example of what you can do if it's like the perfect name. You just add one more word to it that's obviously related to the hair brand of what you want to obviously what we're selling. So let me show you. I'm gonna actually try to find one more Yeah, okay, and obviously now, so this example of it's just being taken, like, that means obviously someone else is owning the domain name and uh, they don't have it for sale. And just so you know, like, see this little brokerage fee service, $69.99, they'll try to get the domain name for you. That's just them basically taking $70 out of your pocket because trust me, they're not gonna get the domain name from you. That's just them. You're basically paying them $70 to send an email to whoever owns the domain name and ask them if they want to sell it. And of course, if they do sell it, it's gonna be for way more than the $70 you just paid them just to ask them. So yeah, just totally, definitely don't do that. Um, and then some other things too, like I was showing on here, if you do see like another, like if you want some ideas of like what else you can add, if you don't want to add like the word bundles or something at the end of it, or hairline or whatever, you can see what else they have too. Like sometimes like, zebrajam.com, if obviously that doesn't make sense either, but it's also, there's one for sale for $1,500. And again, that just means that someone bought it and they're just trying to resell it. Now, most of these two are like all like, dot everything else and the sunbesides.com, which of course, again, nobody's going to type this in trying to find your website. So, just, stick with .com. And so, yeah, so I'm actually going to walk you through now. I'll just buy one of these, like zebra hair extensions. Another thing too is, another thing I would recommend also is always like, it's easy to mistype something or not spell it correctly or whatever. Like this one, I just, just mistyping this in here. I didn't spell it correctly. So you can just go to here, copy the name in here or whatever you type like this, and just go to Google, and then do a search like that, and it's showing results for the correct spelling version of that. So, which, I'll just put space to show you. And even this too, it'll show you like with the red underneath it, so whoops, I misspelled it. So you can just click on this one now. Whoops, I just clicked on the wrong one. Let me just go back one. There we go. So now, okay, yeah, this is obviously how you spell extensions. So you can just copy and paste the whole thing actually, and then you can just bring it back over to here and add .com. Take out the spaces and search. Okay, so it's available. So okay, so now I'm also doing this as assuming that you don't have an account already with GoDaddy, because if you have an account with them, you probably know how to do this already. You can skip past this part of the video. But so you click on Add a Cart, and then so now it's going to try to sell you a bunch of other stuff here. So now the only thing everything that they try to give you, the only thing I do recommend getting is the full domain privacy and protection option, which it's totally optional, and you don't have to get anything. You just click on no thanks if you don't want to get it. But it is an extra $10 a year to get it. And the difference between these two is basically, the $5, which you're really not getting anything extra for the $5. It just it's like what it's hiding is not even going to matter. But if you do want to get it, it's $10 a year to get that. And what it does, it basically keeps it so your personal information won't be on public view, because everything goes on a public record as far as like, who owns which domain name. And so what it'll do is it'll put like it's called a proxy server name on there, which is basically just put something else instead of your name. It puts like something that only like the server of GoDaddy would know on there. That like again, when I was showing you, like they'll try to find out, like they'll pay $70 to ask the person if they want to sell it. It's because they have the information. It's in the Whois database. So anyway, so what that'll do is keep it so your name and your address and your phone number won't be in that, or won't show in that for publicly viewing. And what that will basically do, like why do you want that hidden, is because that's where all like majority of this spammers go to find information, like to try to act like they're working for Google and going to help you rank your website in the first page of Google, or beat you up every other week over trying to build a website for you. And it's 99% scammers. So there was you'll get a bunch of emails, phone calls, mail in the mail. If you're cool and you can ignore all those people, then cool. Then you don't have to get it. But I would always recommend getting that. This one you can just uncheck this because they're trying to. What this is they have like a site builder software, but it's actually really not good. The one we're using is actually called WordPress, and it's like literally 10,000 times better than the one they have here. But if you don't uncheck this, then they're gonna it'll try to walk you through steps of trying to build a website, and it's not good. And also it's not really actually free. It's free for the first 30 days, and after that they'll try to hound you to pay them. And I think it's like around $200 or $300 I believe every year to use their software. So you can just uncheck that, and you don't have to even deal with it then. And then this is to try to get an email address, which you don't need because they're going to charge you $2 a month for this. And I'm going to show you how to use the Gmail one for free, and you don't have to pay anything because that's an extra $24 a year for that. And actually, that's actually what it starts at. It actually goes up actually when you start getting more and you actually use it. So it's really going to be more expensive than that. And if you do want like this, like say help at your domain name or something like that, I'll show you. There's better options than using this one. You can actually do it through Google as well, which anyway we'll show you. So this is what you want to do. So I would recommend doing this one. If you don't want to, then go no thanks. Uncheck this because you don't want to try to have them bill you to use it, even though you're not going to be using it. And this one, keep on no thanks. It's already set to that. And you click on continue to cart. And just so you know, if you are using a cell phone, it's going to be the exact same steps, but obviously it may look a little bit different. So like, it's going to look more like that if you're using a cell phone. So the button will be at the bottom to continue to cart, but it's the same steps. Okay, so click on continue. And you see how they automatically added 2 years on this one? And again, that can be different sometimes it'll be 3 years, whatever it might be. So you can just go over here and click on that, and it'll be a drop down. You can get however many years you want. If you want to do 1 year, then do 1 year. Then it'll just be obviously the least expensive. That'll be and actually it was funny. That's kind of funny how they did that. So yeah, their example, so they just says $1 a month, but they just broke it down. That's what it will be as $1 a month. It's actually you have to pay the whole year up front, which is silly, but that's just them doing marketing. So there you go. It shows you it's $12 for the year. And then next year when it'll renew, it'll be $18 a year. And then this is a privacy protection option, so it's $9.99. And then you should renew at the same price moving forward. And you can have this so it automatically renews so you don't have to deal with it, you don't have to remember it, I mean. Or if you want, you can make it so it doesn't automatically renew, and then you have to remember to pay it. If you don't, then of course you'll lose a domain name after the year. And so this should be the total here, and that's the total with the taxes and fees. So this should be the most that you're paying here, and this is going to be per for the year, for the whole year. So if it's more than about $23 right here, then that means you're either getting a domain name that someone else is reselling, or you have maybe set to many more years. So if you're doing say 10 years or something, or even 2 years, and probably the 2 years would have shown this much, $52 almost. So if you don't want to do that, you can just do the 1 year, and then it'll be the $23. Okay, so it's going to have some other things too that you don't need. So it's going to try to get you to buy the .net, .co, .info. Again, you don't need any of those. All you want to have is just a .com. And then it's also going to try to sell you hosting, which you don't need to get either because we host your website for you for the first month for free. And then it's $27 a month after that. And just for example, this hosting right here is actually the one they offer for $11. Is only enough for I think 50 people or 50 visits to your website, which I mean hopefully you get more than that. So if you get more than that, then your website's going to actually show that's down. are going to be crashing because the plan is so small that they're offering for that price. But if you do want to get it, that's okay, and we can build it on the hosting with them if you want to. But trust me, if you Google search on GoDaddy hosting, and you'll see that it has unbelievably bad reviews. So I'd recommend not doing that. So okay, so now like you see, like, okay, cool, this domain name is available. Now I'd be like, okay, I want the domain name, or I want the email address to be the same. So you don't want the .com in here. You don't want it to be like zebrahairextensions.com@gmail.com, right? So you just want to do this. You can copy the Zebra Hair Extensions, and you go to Gmail. So this is gmail.com, and I'll show like to this one. This was GoDaddy.com. It's GoDaddy.com. And then so the next one you're gonna go to is gmail.com. This is gmail.com. And it'll take you to, if you don't have an account with Google or with Gmail already, it'll take you to this page that looks like this. You just click on sign or create an account. Now if you already have one, this is gonna look a bit different. It's gonna look like, actually let's go to that page. Yeah, it'll look like this if you're signed out of your account. If you're not signed out, then it's probably gonna actually might just take you right to your email, your inbox, if you go to gmail.com. If that's the case, then you'll want to go to your top right of your page, which actually I'll log into mine just so I can show you. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna blur. You'll see those all blurred out, but I'm gonna show you here. So if you are logged in, you're just gonna go to the top right, and it'll show it'll say, well, it says G Suite because we're using that, but it'll like have your little, either if you haven't put a picture, it'll be like the first letter of your email address. Like if it's Wealthy Hair, it would have been just a normal W, but we put a logo there. So what you do is you just go here, and obviously I have a bunch of them. So you just go to the bottom and click on either sign out, and you can sign all the way out of your email address, which is the easiest way to create another one. Or you can go click on right here where it says add another account. And either way works just fine. But I would say to sign out because that way there's less chance of issues happening. So you log out, and then of course we have a bunch. I have a bunch here. So you go to here where it says use another account, and you click on use another account. And then this is where you would go and you would click on create account right here where it says create account. And then it says for myself or to manage my business. So you want to click on to manage my business. And then this is where you start creating it. So that's if you have an account already with Gmail. If you don't have an account already with Gmail, and that's how you get to the page where you can start adding it. If you don't have one, then it would take you to that first page I just showed you, and then it would take you here. And so you still need to click on create account, which you go right here for myself or my business, to manage my business. So you click on that one, and then it takes you the same, gets you the same spot. Okay, so now for here, because it's for your business, you don't actually want to. You can if you want. You can put your name here, your first and last name, but I would recommend putting your company name here. So like this would be Zebra Hair, and if it's like more words, you need to do Zebra Hair Extensions. And then you can see it's actually that's all. And so a couple of things here. So sometimes it shows you like okay, what's available, like with that, using whatever variations they put together. Like this one, the first one is actually just what I typed in, and actually I misspelled extensions. So yeah, obviously you want to be careful about that too. I'm not sure why. One of those. There you go. Okay, so obviously you want to clear this out because that's not what we want, right? We want zebrahairextensions@gmail.com. And now I just want to let's just say you found the perfect domain name and you're like, oh my goodness, the email address isn't available but the domain name is, and obviously I really want to use this domain name. What can I do? So if that were to happen, let's just say let's just say zebrahairextensions@gmail.com wasn't available. Then you can just go and add another word to it, like like help, like, Zebra Hair Extensions help at gmail.com, or info, or support. Actually, this reminds me of another good thing about email or domain names. You also don't want to have two words that are the same, that one that ends with the same letter and the next word that starts with the same letter. So like you wouldn't want to do like hair extensions star, like that, .com, because then you'd have like, two S's together, and again, that just causes people to mess it up when they're trying to type it in. Sorry about that. I just realized that at the moment. So like let's say like this was taken. So you do hair extensions, Zebra Hair Extensions, or yeah. So I had that at the end there. So if you can also, if you want, you can have it at the beginning. So you do like maybe just like love Zebra Hair Extensions at gmail.com, or whatever makes sense to you. Obviously, that seems logical. And so, like this one, I would have done like Zebra Hair Extensions team at gmail.com, for example. Like that's what you could have done if it was already taken, but it's available. So you can just go in here and just create a password. And it has to be 8 characters long with numbers and symbols. And it is cap sensitive, so make sure you use the, make sure you remember. I'll also write these down as well. And you see that's actually, okay, so the first step too, like we see the domain is available. Okay, it's available. The next step is go to the Gmail to create the account. And you want to create the account on here first, and I'll show you the reason why you want to do that is because now you can use your new business email address you just created for your domain name when you create the account on GoDaddy.com. And also same thing with PayPal, which I'll do the next step. So click on next. Okay, now you might enter your phone number here. And you want to do your cell phone because they may send you like an alert or a text to your cell phone. And then if you have another email address here, you can put this in here. You don't have to, but this would be like an email address to, like if something gets lost, like if your account gets compromised or anything like that, it just helps you recover your email address. So if you have another email address or email, I would recommend entering it here. But for this example, I'm just going to go past it here. And then they need your birthday to make sure you're old enough to have an account with them because of their age restrictions. And then for this one, this is obviously your gender. You want male, female, whatever. You don't have to say your customer, just leave it in blank. Actually, you can't leave it blank. It'll make you fill in something. So you can just do rather not say if you don't want to say something. But I don't know why it makes a difference not to say. Okay, and then click on next. Yeah, exactly why you want to do cell phone, because they're going to make you verify. They don't do this every time either, but sometimes they do. So like this one, they're going to send a text message to my cell phone, and they're going to give you normally a 6-digit code. It gets text to you almost instantly when you click on that. And you just enter the code here. And it's obviously the code's different every time for every email. Verify it, and then they ask you if you want to do receive video calls and messages and make Google service include ads and more relevant to you. I normally just say yes, I'm in, because it's just normally the features they have are pretty awesome. So and if you don't want it, you can also always change it and not have it available later on for some reason if you don't want to. Then it goes to privacy and terms. Of course, you have to agree to get this account, so yeah, I agree. And then it takes them a second to go to the next spot. And then okay, so now we're here, and I just want to keep it for the default. That's what I like. And now you're going to have these 3 tabs here. So for these tabs, I don't really like having to separate my emails because I don't have to go through 3 boxes to find, people when somebody sends an email to me, especially when you're running your business. So I'd recommend is, see like how it has all this in here? I recommend just changing this, and I'll show you how to change it right now. So you're just going to go to your right here to add or remove tabs, click inbox settings. So you click on that, and then I just uncheck the promotions and the social one, and so you just have the primary one, which is auto checked. You can't even uncheck if you want to. Just leave that one checked only, and then click on save. And now it got rid of all that, and it just has just the ones in here, just like your main inbox now. And now you see that it also uses my, the name Zebra. If I would have put my name in there, it would show my name instead, which this is what people would see as well when they're getting an email from me. So I don't really want that. I want them to see my company name. So, and if you don't have, if you have any type of, if you have an Android phone or a Apple phone, you can go and download the Gmail app on your cell phone, and then log in with your username and password. Well, the username is just the email address and the password you created. Also, speaking of passwords, please either email it to yourself or text it to yourself or write it on a piece of paper that you keep safe with your password, your usernames and passwords to all your your accounts you're gonna create, because for one, we actually need it for the GoDaddy account so we can log in and point the domain name to our servers. So when people that we're building your website on for the hosting, and then that way when someone goes to your domain name, it pulls up your website so they can see it. And also, just secondly, like you don't want to forget how to log into your email account or PayPal especially as well. But yeah, the only one we're going to need the username and password for is just your GoDaddy account, where you get the domain name from, right? We actually don't need it for, like we don't need it for your PayPal account or your Gmail or anything like that, unless, or for PayPal, we actually can't go in there no matter what, because of the security settings, unless you give, actually there is a way that there is a way to do it, but it's a bit challenging to get to it. So to give us developer access, which is, it could be done. But yeah, that one, if it gets to that point, we'll talk to you on the phone. But as for the email one, we may need it to help actually do some things with Google if need be, but that's again in rare cases. Okay, so now in here, of course, you can do all these on your own. This is just choosing what you want it to look like. If you want whatever background or something here, you want it for your Gmail account. This is just personal preference stuff. But I'm just gonna go back to the. Oh, actually, just keep it like this. Doesn't make a difference. Okay. So now that your email account's set up here, now you go back to GoDaddy, and now this is where you create the account. So you'd enter your email address here, the one you just made. Is this right here? Oops. Oh, by the way, if you did want to add a picture here, you just click on the Z letter, or it won't be Z, it'll be whatever your first letter was of your email address. Click on the picture, and then upload an image from your file on your computer or your cell phone if you're doing it with the mobile. Okay, so you enter your email address here, and then username. It'll normally autofill the username to be your email address, which is just fine. You can just leave it that way. Or if you're using the same username for everything else, something to be different, then you can change that too. But 99% of the time, this is fine. You can just leave it your email address. So when you're logging into your GoDaddy account, all you need is just your email address that you did, and then the password. And this has to be 9 characters long. And yeah, it won't even let you click on the create account button until you've reached that. So actually that's actually 8 characters. Let me just do something that's really weak. Yeah, okay, well, so even with a very weak one, it'll still let you do it, but if you don't reach the 9 characters, yeah, if you don't reach 9 characters, it still won't let you. And it is cap sensitive too, you know, as well when you're trying to log back in. Okay, so you click on create account. And this is where you enter your billing information right here. So this is like, you know, the information is going to be on your credit card information here. And of course your phone number. And I'll actually do it real quick too. So then you click on save. And after you click on save, then it's going to be, then you just enter your credit card information here, and you can pay with your credit card or PayPal. If you want to do PayPal, you click on PayPal here. This is again if you've already have a PayPal account or something. If you've never set one up yet, then of course I'm going to get to that step later. Which you don't need I mean, credit card, PayPal's you're fine with that, or you can pay with a checking account if you want to pay with your checking account if you don't have a credit card. Or it's a credit card or debit card. As long as it has a Visa or MasterCard or any of these logos on it, then it'll go through just fine. So you enter the payment information there, and then you can see again the total is, and then you'll have your billing information underneath, and then you just click on save. Okay, so once you've entered your payment information, and then it's going to show you, again, like your credit card you just used, your billing information, and then to complete the purchase, you go down here to complete purchase. And you can just, obviously look at everything again, make sure, okay, it's 1 year, that's the price, it's got the domain name coverage or privacy protection, and that's that price. And then now there's a total, and total with taxes and fees. So it should be about that, but it should be this much for you. If it's not, again, it's because you're either got more than 1 year, or you got a domain name that's being resold, or you got the privacy protection, maybe like you got the other one if you decide to get that one instead of that, which you don't need, by the way. That's the one that's all you need if you want to get the privacy protection. You click on complete purchase here, and then that'll be it. Actually, after you do that, you can literally just close that tab. I mean, close the you can close it, log out, whatever you want to do. Everything else it's going to show might pop up or ask you to do, or try to upsell you on, or whatever. You can just leave because you won't need to do that. So that's it for getting a domain name. And then they may send you, okay, actually let me step back. So after you click complete the purchase, they may ask you to like verify your email address because it's a new account with them. Actually, let me go to my email. Let's see if they did. Send me an email from creating the account. Yeah, so I think sometimes they wait till you actually make the purchase to send you the email. So what they'll do is sometimes, and it's 50-50. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So if you click on complete purchase, and then just check your email. You'll get an email anyways with the receipt from them and let you know you got the domain name. But sometimes they'll send you an additional email saying you need to verify your account. And by doing that, it was like, you go to your email, click on the link they sent you, and then it verifies your account. You have to re-log in again. And so also too, if we ever this will be your account number. So you can see right up here, your account number is right here. So if you ever need this, you can just copy that. Like if we ever need it, I mean, because sometimes if you can't remember your username, then we can log in with your account number and the password. Obviously, you have to remember the password, but if the username you forget that one, you can actually log in with this instead with your username and password. And then for a PIN, this is the PIN number is like if you need to call them and they need to verify it's you. You'll need to view your PIN number here. Just click on that, and it'll give you your PIN number. Like you'll see, like you need this PIN if you contact support for the, GoDaddy, and then they create the PIN number for you. It's not something you can create. So that's the PIN number there. Obviously, your PIN number will be different than that one. And then it shows you your customer number here, and then the username that we created, which is the same as the email address, and the password, which they don't show you the password. They do have an option to add like two-step verification. If you want to do that, that's okay, but just do this after we get the login information first, so we can log in and get the domain name pointed to our servers first. Because otherwise, it's just a lot more work for us, but even getting, actually sometimes we're having trouble even getting in if that's turned on. But like we'll let you know, obviously as soon as we build your website and all that, you can we'll obviously email you and let you know it's been done. But then you can go in there and add a second step and make it more challenging for anyone else to log in. Of course, then we won't be able to log in either if you're having any concerns with that. And that's it. So once you're done with that, you can just close that out, and then you have your GoDaddy account set up and your Gmail account set up, and now we're going to set up your PayPal account. So for PayPal, you're just going to click on, if you don't have one already, if you do have a PayPal account, you would just log in, and you can actually, if you have a personal PayPal account, you can log in and actually convert it from a personal account to a business account with like one click. But this is for people that don't have one right now. So I'll just show you how to do that. You go to paypal.com, it's PAYPAL.com, and click on sign up. And up here or on the button here, but this will always be up here. Sometimes they change what's on this screen. So sign up. And then they're going to ask you if you want a personal account or a business account. So of course, using it for your business, so you can do business account. And actually, you have to do it this way for it to work. So do business account. And then you're going to use the email address you just created. So we just did the zebrahairextensions@gmail.com. So, oops. So we're going to do zebrahairextensions. @gmail.com. So click on continue. And then you have to enter the password here, and it's got to be at least 8 characters long and at least one number or a symbol, one of those symbols. So this is also cap sensitive as well. So once you do that, you click on continue. And it's going to ask you for your business contact, so your legal name. And so this is like the first name of, this is your name. This is where you actually put your real information. Your customers will not see this, just so you know. They're going to see the business name, which is going to be here, the legal business name. And they use the word legal, but it's, it's whatever. This is your company name, which is basically 99.9% of the time going to be the same as your domain name you just got. And so what you want to do is just have each word of your domain name, separated obviously, and capitalized. This is how your customers are going to see it too. So Zebra Hair Extensions, for example. And for the business phone number, it can be your cell phone number is fine. If you want to use a different phone number, then you can just take a second and hold off on this and wait till the next step. I'll actually show you how to get another number for your company over here. It does have a fee. It is not free, but it's very reasonable to have it, which I'll show you in a bit. But this also, by the way, can be changed. So like for PayPal, you can change the phone number in your account anyways. So you can just start off with your cell phone, and you can change the phone number later on if you want to. Now for the business address, if you can just put, again, your customers will not see your address, so you just put your address in there. Whoops. Okay, so once you have your address in there, then you just click on you have read to the policy, and of course, click on here to read it if you'd like to read it. Again, you can't create the account without doing that, so it's the way it goes. Kind of like anything on creating an account with any other company. So That's that. And you go to create, agree and create account. And then it's going to ask you to tell them about your business. So for business type, you're going to select individual sole proprietorship. And then the product or service keywords, the product would be like beauty, right there. So beauty and barbershops will be like the product or services keywords, which is, you have to select one. And the monthly sales, we don't suggest people to enter like between 5 to 25,000. But you can select any, whichever one you want, but that's what we recommend starting off with. And the website optional, obviously you have the domain name already, so you can do your domain name in here. So it should be just like this. You don't put www or anything else in front of it. Just like this. Just a domain name, the domain name, exact domain name you just bought. And then, so they have also a PayPal business debit card. It's just because what this basically is it's just like a bank. It's just like a bank that you have if you're not familiar with PayPal, except for they don't have any branches. It's just like, they have it's just online only. So it's kind of like online banking with your bank you have now, except for it's just through online only. There's no branch. So you can also get a debit card with your for your account as well, and it doesn't cost anything. There's no annual fees. There's nothing. It's just like normal debit card. So you can go to the ATM and take the money out, or you can use it to purchase things online or at stores or whatever. And just like normal debit cards. And then they also have even cash back of 1% going on right now. It looks like when you do use your card after you receive $250 in payments on your website or through your PayPal account. So I would recommend leaving that checked, and there's no reason not to have that available. But since I'm just doing a example account, I'm actually not going to have that available. I'm just going to turn it off because I'm not going to be using this one. But I would recommend having that checked. That way you do get the card, because that makes it's just easier to have access to your money that way. Okay, now on here, this is where you put in your last 4 digits of your Social Security number. And your date of birth. And then your home address. And this is, just so you know, this is confirming the information to help us keep your account secure, and they're not performing a credit check is what they say it on here. So you don't have to worry about this shouldn't affect your credit score or something like that. Okay, so now you can see I just created the PayPal account. Okay, you don't need that. I mean, if you want to go through the tour, you can, but you don't really need it. Okay, so the next step after you've created the account here is you go to Pay and Get Paid. And then you're going to see, actually, well, there's 2 different ways you can do it, but this is so go Pay and Get Paid, and then go to Transfer Money. And this is where you're going to link your bank account up to your PayPal account. So this way you can transfer the balance, your PayPal balance, into your bank account that you have. So the easiest way is to click on that and then go Link Bank. And then it'll have, the most common banks here. And then you can also search for your bank to see if they have, your bank's in here. Like say if it's a smaller, like some of them, obviously it doesn't have every single bank in existence, but they have a lot of them. So, but if for some reason that your bank is not included on this list, when you search for it on here, you click on Don't See Your Bank, and I'll show you both ways. So, you say Don't See Your Bank, you can link your bank account like this. So, you would enter your checking or savings account, most likely checking, and then you'd enter the routing number to your bank, and then your account number to your bank, which is would be also on your check. And then the account name, if it's a personal account, like your bank account's a personal account, then you would click on personal. if you have a business account, like if you're an existing business or something and you already have one, or I mean the bank account that you're connecting to is a business account with your company name that's the same as this one by chance, then you would do that one. But otherwise, most people are it's gonna be personal. It's gonna be a personal account unless you have opened another bank account for your company already. And again, this can be changed as well later on too. So if you continue to do this one, they're going to send 2 small deposits of less than $1, and then they'll take them back out with with the 1 withdrawal. But what happens here if when you do this, they're going to when you come back later, they're going to ask you, because doing it this way is going to take a couple days to get it connected. But that's okay. We just need, because to connect to your website, all we need is the email address you used for your PayPal account. So it's okay if it takes us some extra time to do this. I'm for them to get this link. But so when you click on agree and link, you're going to need to go to your bank account, log into your bank account online, or go to your bank, whichever, and get a statement. But there's going to show you like you'll see like 2 deposits from PayPal in there, and it'll be for either 1 cent or up to $1. And then it'll ask you to verify what those payment amounts were. And when you go back to your PayPal account, and then once you do that, then of course you'll say, okay, yes, it is linked and it's working, it's all good. So that's that route. If your bank is on here, you would click on the link bank. Okay, I'm gonna go back here. So if you do, if it's one of your banks here, or if it's you type it here and you find it in there, then you just click on that, whichever bank it is. Let's say it's Bank of America, and then you'd enter your online. This is where you'd enter your online banking login information. So your username and your password for your bank that you'd use to use online banking. So if you need to get that, you can open another tab and then just if you don't remember it, and then retrieve your login information for your bank account. And just so you know, if you do this and you enter the incorrect information, it's going to make you do it the other way, which is you have to enter your routing number and your checking account number. And as I'm showing you right there, it takes 2 to 3 days to do it that way, business days. So then you just enter that in there, click agree and link, and then it'll, I think, ask you just one more. I'm not going to link my account to this because again, this is a demo account. But once you do that, you click agree and link, and then it'll link it, and it'll say, okay, that's all good. And then let's go back here. Okay, the other way too, the other thing to do as well is enter your, well, there's a couple things. You'll want to do that one, and then you also want to add your credit card or debit card that you have for your bank account to here as well. And to do that, you can go to Banks and Cards, and you can click on Add a New Card, and then just obviously enter your credit card information and the billing address. If it's different from the one you've entered before, then you can click on that and add a new address, and click on link card, and that step will be done. And this is also, I was going to say, this is also where you can add your bank account as well. Okay, so, and then there's just one more step. Okay, so you go right here where it says you'll have your name up here, and you'll see like it's a company name because it'll have your company name on the top left up here that you entered. But your personal name will be on this section here. Then you go to where it says account settings. This one right here. This is where you'll see the information for the business that you entered. So like if you need to make a change to something, you can do that here, like the business information, the account owner information, banks, money, banks and cards, and so on. So the business information, you'll see like the business name is right here, and then this is just a merchant ID, which you actually don't need. That's just for their internally actually. And then you'll have the account owner information. You'll have your name, email address, your address, and you'll have like, if you have a different home address and business address, you can actually click on update and then change, add another address and then change one to home or business. And again, your customers don't see this information. Like your phone number on here as well is right there. You can update it if you say you get a new number. In the second one, I'll show you if you want to. And you click on update. Okay, so that's basically it for your PayPal account. And once that's done, the only thing that you want to do is make sure you do like link your bank account and your credit or debit card, both, if you have both, to your PayPal account. Because the more more things you connect to it, the more kind of like verifying your account. So there will be one other thing you need to do too. So you're going to want to go to your email address now that you have and see that that they've created see that confirm your email address. So you want to click on that email and then click on confirm your email. They're going to have you sign in again. And there you go. Now that should be confirmed. So that's important as well too. If you don't do that, then that'll also cause problems. So make sure you go to your email and look for the confirm your email address from PayPal. Email they sent you. Okay, then after that, you're going to go back to your email address, and they're going to click on they're sent you an email that says set up your PayPal business account. So we're going to click on that one. On the button here, it says get started now. Okay, so now this is already selected on your website, which you can just leave that checked, which is fine. And then it's going to have, if you want a card reader, which is like kind of like you can plug it in your cell phone and like if you have a headphone jack on your phone, and then you can swipe a card, in person with somebody if you want to. You don't have to have that, but if you want it, you can order it and they'll send it to you. And I believe it's free. And online invoicing, if you want it, you can check it, which doesn't hurt to have it. And then marketplaces, you can check that one too. And then if you want that sent to you, you can check that and they'll send it to you. Click on continue. And then this will ask you, how do you want to process your card payments on your website? So process all payments, including debit and credit cards, through PayPal. This is the one you're going to want to select. This one is like if you had another merchant account that you did not want to use, let people do that with, then that's what you would select, but that's not what we're doing. So you want to select this one. So you click on continue on the first one. And then you're going to see over here it says like option A or option B. How do you want to set up your PayPal with your website? And the good news is this is just trying to walk you through how to set this up if you're going to do it yourself. But the good news is you have us doing that for you because the software we use is integrated with PayPal. So all we need, like I said, is just the email PayPal address you created. So just the email address. So you don't actually have to go through all this geeky stuff here, because it's going to start getting into like coding and stuff, which you don't have to deal with. So when you see that, you go back to right here where it says account setup. Instead of the payment setup, go back to payment account setup here. And instead, okay, you've confirmed your email address, which is awesome. Okay, and then you go to make your business name clear for your customers. Now this is what's going to show like on their credit card statements. So if it's like, see how it's a little bit, for the first one, the standard one, you're going to get 11 characters. So like this one for Zebra Hair EX, I would just take the EX off of there for extensions and just make a space and then Zebra Hair. And that, you want to make it so they'll remember something when they see it, they'll remember it. Now for the long version, you get more characters for it. So let's see if it fits. Yeah, so that one actually fits. So that one, if it's if it's under 19 characters, then you can just put the whole name on there. And if it doesn't, then just then say like if extensions didn't fit on there, then I would just do the same thing. I'll just make it like that, and then click on confirm business name. Normally you just do space, but obviously with the character limitations, then just gotta do whatever you can fit in there. Now if it's like, since there's only 17 characters, or 19, I'm sorry, if you don't have room for put spaces, then it's okay to have it just like that with no spaces. Same thing with this one. If like say this happened to be 11 characters long, then it's okay if you don't have a space. But if you have room to put a space, then it's better to have spaces on there. If not, then it's okay to leave it like that. So click on confirm business name, and then see they've got the green check mark box there. And then this is again if you want to get the PayPal debit card for them. If you do, you click on that, and then we'll follow the steps on. You just agree that you want it, and then that's where they're trying to ship it to. Your address that you have here, if it's not the correct address, shipping address, then you would change and then change your address there first, or actually add an address to it and then select that one, and then click on continue here. But like I said before, I'm not gonna get it because this is just a demo one I'm using to show you how to do it. And that's it though. Once you do that, then you should have all those. Should have been green check boxes next to them, and your PayPal account is now all set up. But those are all the steps that do need to be done before you can before they'll let you accept payments on it. So that's it there. Now, for some reason, this happens every once in a while, like randomly, and I'm glad it happened right here, so you can see it, so you don't have to. I can show you. You don't have to be worried about it. Like if you get like an email from it that says your PayPal account has been restored, if they've reviewed and restored your account for some random reason, that just I think like it's like sometimes they go to like a second security check or something like that to make sure it's you're not like a terrorist or something crazy. It's just something the process they have. So sometimes you'll see this, sometimes you don't. But anyway, when you see that, that's actually a good thing. That means you have your accounts good to go, or not good to go, but it's you have your accounts. So they didn't like shut your account down for some crazy reason or whatever. But obviously this will only happen right away. So I've only seen it not work with someone like one time in over I don't even know how many years, over a decade. So it's very rare. I mean, unless you happen to be a terrorist, and sorry about your bad luck there. Okay, so that's it so now you got your Gmail account set up, you have your domain name from GoDaddy, and you got your PayPal account set up. And the last thing I was talking about before, if you want to get a phone number, a different one from your cell phone to put on your website, or if you have a cell phone or phone number on your website, there's a company called line2.com, and it's LINE, the number 2.com. And to get an account here, you just click on Get Started. And let me go a little bit what this does. So what this is, it's basically it's like a cell phone app that you can download on your phone once you've created your account, and it will make it so your cell phone will ring like a different ringtone when someone from that calls the new number you get here, and that will basically make it so you obviously, for one, it's like a customer calling, so you can obviously answer it how you'd like, and also have a different voicemail box and everything as well, and that you can have a different voicemail messages and things too. So if they call that number, they'll get their your company voicemail, and it also will let you text message and call back out of your cell phone through the app. And when you do that, it'll show that caller ID number to your customer as well, so they won't know you're calling from your cell phone. It'll look like you're calling from your company number, and or even texting from your company number to them. So this is it's a really cool service. We've used this for years, and it's been awesome. So anyway, you can click on Get Started, and you can see the different price options they have here. So they have an annual payment option or a monthly payment option. If you do the annual one, then you just pay it says billed annually. It's not so that's the total per month, but you have to multiply times 12 if you want to get this that price. And if if the budget's tighter, then you click on the monthly option, and you see it's $9.95 a month. So you'll have to click on that option, otherwise it's gonna do the basically 10 months worth of this. It'll be like, I guess, about $100, or you can do about $10 a month if you want their service. And you can cancel anytime they don't have like contracts that you're tied to or something like that as well, or anything like that if you don't want to use it. So they do have different packages here, depending on like what you feel like you need. For 99.9% of the time, people, this would be good enough for the first one here. You can answer as your company name because you'll know it's a company number or a customer calling, because the ringtone was different, and it even looks different on your phone too. So it's very obvious. It's not like your regular cell phone ringing. So to do it, you just click on the Buy Now option. So you enter your name. And this would be your personal name, not your business information. You'll actually enter that information in after you create the account. And you enter your email address. And then you put in your phone number. And then the password, which has to be between 6 and 16 characters. And it is cap sensitive, so you have to remember that too. And then now, so if you wanted a toll-free number, you have to get actually the Pro plan or the Elite plan. If you want to be a toll-free number, like a 1-877, whatever number, or whatever. 1-800 numbers is probably not going to happen because those are all taken. But like 1-877 or 1-855 or something like that. You have to get the middle plan or the Elite plan. But if you just want a different local number, then you just type in the area code that you want. So probably similar to where you live or your cell phone or whichever. And then once you enter that in there, it's going to show you, the different cities that use that number, and then the different numbers that are available. So let's just do. So yeah, so like right here, if like you have like 404, or obviously it's for Atlanta, but then you can see the numbers here, like whichever one you like. And if none of those are like seeming easier to remember for you or something, or you want a different type of number, you click on View More Options, and then they'll give you some more, and hopefully one of those are good, and that's what you're happy with that number. And if you're not, then of course you can call them and see where they can maybe help you see what other ones are available. But most of the time you can find one that's pretty simple to remember, or one that sticks out to you. But for I'm just going to click on one just to show you. This one's not bad. 382-8424. So click on that. It'll do the check box next to it. Click on Next. And then you enter your payment information here. And your billing and credit card and billing information. And you agree to automatic renewal. And you obviously can cancel whenever you want. And it shows you the plan you got, how much it is a month, the number you're getting, the phone number you're getting, and then you click on Purchase. It's pretty simple, and the rest of it, just kind of walks you through. Then when you log in, you can enter your business name and accept the voicemail and all that too. Which, they have live chat as well, and you can call them as well, and they can help walk you through that if you get stuck with any of that. But it's pretty self-explanatory. But that's everything. And then of course this is totally optional. You don't have to get this. If you don't want to, you can just put your cell phone number on your website if you'd like. Or if you don't even want a phone number on your website, Amazon sells actually hundreds of billions of dollars a year and doesn't have a number on there. So it's totally up to you if you want to do that or not. But yeah, so if you want an 800 number though, you got to do this one, which is $14.95. That's about it. So once you get all this information, the last step is just to send the information to us, which you just go to the link I sent you in the email, which is take you to this page here, which is wealthyhair.com/website-info-needed. And this is where you just input the information here. And so for your first and last name, you'd enter your actual name, like the name your actual real name. This is just for us to see. No one else sees this information. So your first and last name here, and then this is just another walkthrough of getting the domain name if you got to this link and didn't get the domain name yet. And then this is your GoDaddy login information. So this would be like your username, which would be, you know, if you did the way I did, this would be the email. But if not, if you changed that, then made it whatever username you entered. So you put your, you know, whatever your username was, like that's my username for this one, and then the password, which whatever the password would be, you know, like that. Let's say that's your password, and then the domain name you bought, you just put in like the domain name, which would be, you know, the name.com, like that. And then the how you want the name, the website title and name to show on your website. So that'd be like, you know, do you want, like, for example, most of the time it's going to be like the same as your domain name. But let's just say, like, so like zebra hair extensions like this would be like, you know, each word separated, capitalized, like basically the same as my domain name. So, but let's say, like, you know, I had like just, maybe my domain was just zebra hair, but I want it to be, you know, zebra hair extensions. So that's when it could be different. So you can just type that in there, and that's what we'll have it be. And then the PayPal email address, which would be the one you just created, or if you already have yours, then that's what you enter in right there. So that's what I was saying. That's all we need actually to connect your PayPal account. After you, but make sure you do all those steps for your set the business. Otherwise, it won't work correctly. I showed you previously. And then this business email address most likely should be the same as the PayPal one you just did, unless you already have a different PayPal address. That's fine. They can be set different. But this is the one you just created. And then your business phone number is optional. If you don't want to have a phone number there, you just say, you know, no phone. Or if you're like, you know, maybe add later, you know, you can, you know, we'll add later. That's fine as well. Or if you obviously have the phone number, then just put the phone number in there, like, you know, however the number is. And then this is for we're setting up the time and things like that for your website, as far as like, you know, when orders come in and all that, it'll show correctly. And also for the sales tax and stuff too, it'll do that correctly. So you put in, like, you know, if you're in Atlanta, that was yours, obviously it's Atlanta, Georgia, or, you know, whatever yours is, just enter that in there. And then for the colors to use, so you can choose up to 3 different colors. So what I would do is, if you already know, so it's okay. So we need to know the color numbers of them and everything. So before you click on this link, this is important, because if everything you just did will actually go away if you click on this, because it's going to open the same window. So if you're using a PC, hold the control button down and then left click on that link, and it'll open up in a new tab like that. If you're using a Mac, then hold the command button down and click on the left click button, and then click on the link, and then it'll open up a new tab. So here's all the different colors you can choose from. As you see, it's, you know, quite a few. And if by some miracle we don't have the color on here that you want already to choose from, then you can just, you know, send us an image, or, you know, email us an image or something of the color, and we can actually take that exact color from that image. Just make sure it's like a solid color on the image though. So if it's like a picture of like a dress and it has like a lot of, like, you know, ruffles on or something like that, and it's going to actually change the color because of the shading, like of the shadows or stuff like that. So try to find a solid color on Google. Like if none of these are a color you want for some reason, like say if it's like baby blue, and we have baby blue on there already, but let's just say like it's that, like, so you type that in there and you can see right here. So you could send this, you could copy that, or say that image, or just click on it. You know, you can right click on it and save image as, and then save it on your computer, you know, and then, or you're putting a folder, and then, you know, just do an attachment and email us that picture of that color you want, and we can actually match it up directly if one of these don't work for you for some reason. Okay, so but yeah, so when you do send it to us also though, so obviously we, if you can't just send, it's like, oh yeah, I want blue, because obviously we have like 25 blues on here. So like say a blue 8 or blue 9, or say you want, okay, say if you wanted blue 6 and pink 5, and let's say another one too, and purple 6. Just you go in here. I just forgot the numbers already, but say it's blue 5, purple 6, and pink 2, just like that. And then after that's done, you click on submit, and if you don't have something filled out, it's not going to let you submit it. So make sure everything's filled in here. Say, obviously that's whatever your phone number would be, and you can see now everything's filled in. So click on submit, and then once it instantaneously goes to us, so you have to wonder like, oh, did we get it? If it says that, if it says submit, actually I'll show you. Let me just sort of my team, so they're not like trying to build a website for something that doesn't exist. Whoops. Okay. And as you can see, you can type anything you want in these things, but obviously, we need the information correct. Obviously, we won't be able to get your website built up, or we will have to email you and say, hey, we're missing this information. Okay, so yeah, when you click on submit, if it was missing, actually I'll show you if it's missing something. So like say you didn't put the colors in yet. Click on submit, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to be like this, and you'll be like, why is it not working? It's because this is required. So if nothing happens, you can scroll back up and find, it should be like red around it too. Actually, let's do one that's up higher so you can see. Let's just say like this one was missing, let's say. So you click on submit, and then it pops you right back up to the one that you missed. That one just happened to be the last one, so it didn't need to move you anywhere. So once they're all filled out, click on submit, and then you'll see this. Your response has been recorded. That means that you're all good. That it went right to us instantly, and we'll start building your website as soon as possible. And if for some reason we have a question about say that maybe like your password didn't work correct, wasn't working or something, then you'll get emails from us saying, hey, we tried to log into your GoDaddy account and it's saying it's not working, or like it was missing or maybe that is missing the password or something like that, or we just need the password to get logged in or something, or whatever. Obviously something like that happens, then of course we'll email you ASAP, normally within 24 hours to let you know. And then if for some reason like, oh man, I realized I did pink 3 but I want to do pink 4 or something like that, you can just click on edit response, and then it'll take you back to everything you had in here, how it was filled in, and then you can just go in there and change whatever you need to change, or like maybe the email just need to be different or something, or whatever the situation was. And so click on submit again once you're done with that, and that's it. And then we'll normally have your website up and running within a few days actually, and we'll send you an email with all the information and letting you know that it's been completed, and have a lot more training videos on like how to use your website, like how to add things to it, like how to edit pricing or create coupon codes, or all sorts of fun things. So we're super excited. Thank you so much. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, you can also call us or email us. The email is webteam@wealthyhair.com. And again, it's webteam@wealthyhair.com. And you can also call. Here's our phone number. There's a text support line, which if you call, you'll get a hold of Lexi, which is our tech support manager. And she's amazingly incredibly good at anything to do with your website design stuff. And the number is 404-220-8118. Again, it's 404-220-8118. And again, the email is webteam@wealthyhair.com, which is the email we sent to you from. And we also email you our phone number too as well, in the first email we sent you. But anyway, thank you so much, and we look forward to getting your website up and running as soon as possible.